Hello, I am Tato Cat and welcome to my channel. Today we are playing The Letter. It may be the last episode of The Letter, surprisingly. Previously, after getting trapped in a room in the mansion after it went all crazy, we had the option of either burning the letter or burning the mansion. And Isabel made a very good point, so I burned the mansion and we went room by room dousing in the alcohol that was hidden in various places and burned it down. Everybody got out. Now we are learning that Luke and Hannah got divorced, and like even after the kids are born, he kind of just leaves presents, and now he's in legal trouble. And he cannot get away from Ashton. And that's pretty much where we left off. And we'll probably see what happens when we burn the letter, because so far it hasn't told me anything about the past, and I want to know why this ghost is doing ghost things, okay? I worked really hard. I mean, I skipped one quick time event, but like that was because it cost my sanity. But yeah, let us continue this epilogue. Sued on multiple grounds, the company is ultimately forced to shut down. Oddly, when Luke Wright steps out of his office one last time, there's only a small smile on his face. Achievement unlocked. Savior Hyde. To avoid public outrage, the once affluent businessman immediately leaves the city. All of his bank accounts have been emptied, including his Luxbourne apartments, leaving not a single trace of or clue of where he might be hiding. The last anyone has seen of the man was on a flight bound to Ireland. Till this day, no one has heard from him. Not even Hannah Evans. Even his people from the old Wright Enterprise, who have all been left to deal with the aftermath. Though over the past few months, after the situation has calmed, some have made claims of spotting him flitting in and out of the city. If only to check on those he has left behind. Her own woman. Following the company's split, Hannah Evans reestablishes Evans Incorporated, becoming its CEO, like her late father has always wanted for her. Good for you, Hannah. Though a bit out of practice and doubted by many people at first, the Evans heiress quickly finds her bearings and proves to be every bit as talented in the business as her parents. Soon under her management, the new Evans Inc. flourishes, becoming one of the prime investment and finance companies in Luxbourne City. Months after her recovery, Marion McCullough heads back to her homeland, ready to close a chapter of her past she has left hanging for so long. There she visits Lorraine's grave, asking for forgiveness from the girl she once loved, something she has initially avoided for years. Although the terrors of what she has witnessed inside the Ermengarde Mansion still clings to her, she bravely chooses to move on from it, turning a new leaf by focusing on a new branch of her interior design company and leaving her interior design company at Luxbourne in the hands of her secretary instead. although she never returns to the city she is frequently seen visiting to check on the people has become on people on the people has become check on the people she has become acquainted with in her years there. Having finally accepted herself, she won't deny she in a happier place now. Despite making the Ireland branch of her interior design company her focus now, Marion continues to cater her most avid patrons in Luxbourne when requested. And after her work on the Ermengarde Mansion, Hannah Evans has never trusted another to handle the design for any of the place she owns. Upon moving back to Evans' mansion after her divorce, Marion's name is the first thing she calls, and the woman's quick to fly back to the city at the socialite's summons, not only helping with the decorations of the old place, but also assisting with the renovations, much to Hannah's delight. Since then, the two women have kept a close friendship and business relationship. Often, they can be seen going around town together when Marion's in town, and the Evans heiress can be heard recommending the designer to her peers during parties. Some even may go as far as to say Hannah Evans has confided with Marion McCullough during the tumultuous time of her divorce with Luke Wright. Whatever the case is, one can't deny that both women have found a confidant in the other. In the months that follow, Rebecca Gales becomes a prominent researcher within Luxbourne's major academic circles, especially after writing what she has discovered about Anselm Village in the Ermengarde Mansion. With help from Professor Andrew Clark, she is soon able to secure funding to continue her research, presenting her findings yearly at local and international symposiums. Now, at the tail end of her current study, she hopes to publish her first book, correcting all the inaccuracies in the city's current history. A move supported by both colleagues, students, and Ireland. Oh, and why did I say Ireland? And friends alike. Whole country. Though she knows she's still has a long way to go before she can even begin to change people's minds about it. Professor Clark has warned her as much. She perseveres, doing it not for herself, but for the sake of what she lost after the curse. As fresh as the wounds are still, this is how she remembers. Look at him being all police officery. Things have inevitably become strained between Ashton Frey and Rebecca Gales in the months following her confession. And with their lives getting busier, the two have eventually drifted apart. Although neither talks about it and the teacher still strives to forget an old love, it's clear in Rebecca that there's still feelings that she couldn't let go of. If anything, however, this has only made it obvious how much has changed between them, and how much she has clung to the idea of Ashton from their younger days, the one that may not have been there in the first place. Merely an idea, or a starry-eyed young girl, for a starry-eyed young girl. But there will be a time she will be able to accept this, to move on from the hurt and repair an old friendship that has fallen to ruin. Only she knows. With her newfound courage, Isabella Santos finally chooses to pursue what she really wants for herself. Having made enough to keep her family afloat for a few years, and with their blessing, she quits her job at Briar Realty Corporation and takes the scholarship offer from the local university. Though remarkably out of practice and unsure if she'll be able to keep up by the time she returns to university, she finds her feet soon enough with help from people close to her. And with her confidence and her skills growing, so do the number of people recognizing her and her work. It doesn't take long for several award-giving bodies to take notice of her. For all her accomplishments, however, she has never truly forgotten what happened at the Ermengarde Mansion. Not what she has lost. What did she lose? The images still remain in her, and on particularly unpleasant nights, terrors continue to visit her dreams. She knows those won't ever disappear from her life, has become part of her, in the same way death has permanently taken from her. However, she's no longer afraid, and with a brave face she carries on, earnestly wishing that someday she'll be able to paint a brighter, more vivid dots on her canvas, an honest portrayal of life and hope amidst the fear. Shortly after accepting the scholarship grant from Luxbourne University, Isabel moves from Salemwell residence in favor of staying in a dorm close to her campus. Although Rebecca Gales is quick to offer assistance for the move, she does admit she will be missing her neighbor of more than 5 years. When all is said and done, she has become fonder of the girl over the years, and with their shared experience over the curse, they have only grown closer. Isabel leaves with a promise to visit every once in a while. And even though she still jokingly complains about Rebecca's bossy attitude, she confesses that she also misses the woman's fussing. After all, in a place miles away from her real family, Rebecca is still the closest thing she has to a sister. Following his success, why can't I say success? My goodness. Bringing the Luxbourne firm case to a close, Ashton Frey receives a recommendation for transfer to Luxbourne's lead agency against organized crimes. An endorsement eagerly backed by the newly appointed successor of the late Chief Inspector Lee, Abigail Harris. What happened to the chief inspector? Knowing he'll have more resources, leeway, and bigger chance at ultimately bringing Luke Wright to justice, Ashton Frey accepts. He still warns the people close to him against Wright and his associates, but only a friendly reminder now, more than anything. Though he does worry, he believes they are wise enough to know what they are doing and trusts their judgment. For now, he has decided to leave the evidence and the law to speak for itself and take care of the man once the proper time comes. Nowadays, police work and operations keeps him busy, sometimes making him away from the city he grew up in for days on end. A rare thing for him to enjoy once upon a time, yet this time he never loses his drive. Simply growing more determined after having finally found a clear purpose close to the rush and excitement he dreamed of as a child. Although Ashton still keeps mum about specific details of his work, he experienced it with the curse has slowly taught him how to open up, especially to those he knows that genuinely care for him. He still has a long way to go, he knows that, but for the sake of the people who are still with him, those who have chosen to stay, as well as what he lost, he hopes there will come a day when he no longer has to hide behind his own lies. A day when he is no longer afraid of facing the truth in his own words. Headstrong. Cool. After a bit of fumbling, a few missteps here and there, and moments of briefly allowing their uncertainties to hang over them, Ashton Frey and Isabella Santos finally find a rhythm. Theirs isn't a soaring love story by any means, nor is it happily ever after, often told in the picture books the girl has only ever dreamed of having in childhood. Far from it. In fact, despite what people glimpse their eyes or gleam their gestures, they both know better than to cling to ideals. A stranger will say they're in love. Hopelessly. Genuinely. And there is certainly truth in it. One only has to look. However, what they never see is this. Beyond the soft smiles, fleeting glances, and gentle touches only meant for the other, is a grief. A terror that never seems to lift, constantly filling their nights with echo of an unforgiving wail and unwelcome dreams that stirs either awake in darkest hours of dawn. It has never truly left them, and never will. In the same way the light scar on Ashton's hand will never fully heal, or the horrid images in Isabella's mind will never fade. But they cope. In hushed whispers and tender reassurances, with light kisses and long embraces. When that no longer suffices, when the horrors become too much for them to bear, they have each other and warmth to hold on to in the coldest of nights. This is a long epilogue, and for them, it is more than enough. ... The end. No! I mean, yeah, I'll let the credits go. Because this is a good game. I just want to know why. So yeah, I'm going to burn the letter and see what happens. Because I don't mind that Hana and Luke got divorced. That doesn't really bother me. But I also didn't learn anything. So I'm enjoying the game. I enjoyed the game. But why? What happened? You know, like... yeah, I need to know. I might just... You know what? No, can I skip it? Can I skip it? Is it skippable? No, it's not. Okay. It is. Dear you. Oh. The real letter. Okay. Dear you. If you're reading this, that means you finished playing the game one way or another, and we thank you for the time you spent playing the letter. A very long time. This game is our passion project more than anything, and we sincerely hope we delivered in bringing you a one-of-a-kind visual novel experience. The letter is the first of many visual novels coming from us. You liked what we did with this game and would like to support us, please take some time and click on the button below and find out how support. Thank you so much for everything. Let's talk soon. Love, Yangon. And I plan on playing more Yangon games if I can find them. But yeah, what? Okay. No. Bad game. You didn't do the thing I wanted you to do. Okay, so I guess we'll just go here. Yeah. And skip all this. And burn the letter. And see where that gets us. Story updated. Also, let's take a look at the story thing while we're at it. Branching tree. Yeah, I know. I'm looking at it now because we're at the end of the game, basically. Whoa. That's insane. So this is the path I've taken. And all these are locked. Oh my goodness. So this is very straightforward. The path I took ended up being very, very straightforward. I wonder if more things unlock. Your choices super matter in this game. Oh my goodness. This is crazy. It's only at 9%. This game is an extreme visual novel. well worth the money. Okay. Uh, and it's an easy decision to make, especially with these cries growing louder. Oh, right, there's a journal. The journal entry is going to change, right? Oh. Yeah. Yeah, we've read that. Okay, that's not new. Okay, so I chose to bring the letter. Alright, so now we can't skip. I'm getting tired of it, really. I simply have to act fast, think fast, and what else the root cause of our problems but that letter? No need to make things more complicated. It started from there. Why won't it end from there? If what Mint said is true, then there's all the more reason to destroy it. Put an end to this madness before anyone can think of passing it on to someone else. Before the situation can stretch on far too long for my taste, I snatch the blasted paper away.
Give me that.
For a second, she appears offended until I take out Mum's lighter. The sight of it shuts them all up. But I have no need for their opinion. In the next moment, I'm already setting the letter on fire. Oh, this is quite different. And it doesn't take too long for the thing to catch fire. It's old, for heaven's sake. Though I make sure none of the ashes end up on anything flammable. To be an inferno inside the study with all the books and documents stored there, and apparently alcohol. Not that a big flame's anything to worry about in this case. In fact, in a matter of minutes, the damn thing has burned to ashes on the floor. With nothing left to burn through, the fire dies, fades into thin air, and a whiff of smoke leaves only the awful scent of burnt paper in the room. But as the last of the paper turns into cinders, oh, she is not happy. A sharp, agonized wail echoes from somewhere in the mansion before quickly dying out, taking with her the horrors she has brought upon the mansion. Slowly before our eyes, the mansion changes again. I thought he got rid of the mirror. Whatever. Blood feeding from the walls, ceilings, and the floor, returning the place to its old beauty. Gone is the darkness, quickly replaced by the artificial lights in the room. Even the smell of blood and gore has completely disappeared from the room. Perhaps the only thing undesirable left are the dumbfounded looks they are giving me.
See? Wasn't that easy?
Are you shitting me? What a name for an achievement.
For fuck's sake, you people need to get your heads checked. How did you all make it this far in life with that kind of thinking? Well, you can all thank me later for this.
Well, burning the mansion worked too.
You may now show yourselves out of my property before I call the police on you simpletons.
I walk out to the study without a single glance back at them, more than eager to finally get fresh air. They find their way out of this place, I'm sure. They can find their way out of this place for sure. I better not catch them again here, though, or I will not be happy. Journal updated. Okay, now it does have to be different, right? We didn't burn the mansion. And we'll see what it is in the next episode. Duh, duh, duh. Cliffhanger, kinda.